Welcome back to my Astroimaging Journey channel. And I know I've been doing a lot of unboxing and new equipment and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the nights just have been real cloudy. So trying to get data on targets has been tough, which means not a lot of processing of the new data. And there's just been a lot going on, especially with everything going on in the news. So it's been a real busy time on the personal front, the non-astro imaging front, and as you can see, I do have several targets with the DSLR that are quite a few targets that I would like to go back and process at some point. Maybe I'll do videos on them, I'm not sure, but I do have a few that I have been working on. Just haven't done any videos on them, but what I'm really going to be curious on, and I know I've mentioned it a couple of times about getting my workflow set up for LRGB data as opposed to one-shot color, i.e. the DSLR. And we have a few targets that I've been working on, but I do now have 2 targets completed being a relative term. Bode's Galaxy and the Whirlpool Galaxy. So if we go into the Whirlpool and we look at the data I've collected, just a quick update, everything I've read. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. Your RGB, your H alpha, your red, green, blue, H alpha, O3, S2, all that data primarily is used to get the color into the image, and then your detail comes out of the luminance. So everything I've read says start with about an hour on your color data, and then double your exposures for the luminance. Now, what was not clear is if you do 1 hour of each on your color data, does that mean now, so that's 3 hours total, does that mean you go to 6 hours for your luminance? That I'm not sure. I'm going a little bit different here in that I am going for using the rule of squares, or the square root rule, which we've previously discussed. So if you want double the amount of SNR, you need to have 4 frames as opposed to 1. If you want 3 times the SNR of a single frame, then you need to have 9 frames for 16, so on and so forth. So to that end, as you can see in the H alpha here, I have 11. I want 9. That gives me 3 times the SNR. For my color frame, my color images or subframes, so my H alpha, O3, and S2. And then I always add 1 or 2 to the sequence just in case I have to throw a frame away. In this particular case, I was able to capture 11, and hydrogen beta has 11 in case I want to go that route. Oxygen has 11 and sulfur has 10. For luminance, I went with 36 as my target, 37 being that extra frame in case I had to throw one out. That would mean 36 square rooted is 6 times the SNR on the detail. So hopefully that works out for me. And I did have the time on the luminance. so that things aren't too blown out. I read that was also a recommendation, that whatever your color subframes are set to, have the time. So if it's 10 minutes on your H alpha, have it to 5 minutes for your luminance, and then double the amount of exposures. But like I said, I'm going based on the rule of squares. So I'm doing 10 minutes on my color, 5 minutes on my luminance, 9 minimum for my color as the number of frames, and 36 for my luminance. So hopefully I will now have 2 good targets to play around with. Bodes Galaxy also, as you can see here, I didn't put those into folders. We've got 11H alpha, 10 hydrogen beta, looks like 34, so I need a couple more luminance, ideally 1003 and 10S2, so maybe I'll try to get a couple more luminance on Bodes Galaxy just to be safe, and I will start with the Whirlpool Galaxy. But hopefully sometime soon I'll start having those trial and error videos coming up as I try to get my workflow for LRGB data going. I've only attempted that once before with somebody else's data, and that was for a presentation on the Astro Imaging channel, TAIC, and that was a definite learning experience. I think it was like 8 or 9 of us all used the same data, and the results were vastly different, and our processes were all vastly different. So it's definitely going to be a learning experience for me, and hopefully we get it all figured out. So with that, just a quick update on what should be coming up shortly, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it. So thanks everybody for watching. Please do everything you can to stay safe, healthy, and flatten our curve with the recent events in the news. And as always, clear skies and have a good one. Please stick around for the outro.
Thanks for watching yet another episode from the Astro Imaging Journey channel. Really appreciate your viewership. In our upper right, we have the latest video that I have posted prior to this one. Down in the lower right, we have what YouTube thinks you will enjoy. Below is a subscription link. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you so choose, ring that bell if you want to get notified of something new, and as always, thank you, clear skies. Remember to